A comment on and challenge of the spectative nature of the art and fashion genres. Can synergistic experience and physical engagement be the next mode? I intend my MA project and subsequent fashion artefacts to explore and create a dialogue around the concept and positioning of the body in relation to how we might navigate a space, inherently, instinctively, and affectedly, and how this might influence or encourage reaction and interaction with certain objects or artefacts. This evocative image by a German artist, Hans Baldung-Grien, evidently called Allegory and made in 1514, was an interesting find for me. The image seems to always accompany artist Bronwyn Platten's performance piece entitled Meeting Nude Woman Walking on Balls after Hans Baldung-Grien 1514. This was made in 2006. After contacting her, Platten supplied me with her lecture notes from the accompanying performance lecture she gave shortly after she'd made the piece. The oddity of depicting a woman walking on balls, the surreality of the image and its masochistic portrayal of the woman hobbling on balls is swollen with a fascinating wonderment as to why the artist chose to depict, as Platten suggests, such an arcane strangeness. In Unit 1, I developed my collection based on the concepts of the finished product being somatosensory, that's of or relating to the perception of sensory stimuli from the skin. This stemmed from looking at how to engage people with an object, then thinking about how I would position said object in order to create an interaction. I would like to draw on some of the concepts addressed within the first unit, and also on how that then translated into the second unit and into my looking at the process of mark making and how to capture imprint, or to abstract the notion of imprint and function into a solid and tangible object. This act of looking and physical engagement is an important aspect of how I relate personally to a situation or experience. The recognition and development of the relationship to a situation, enjoyment, impression, and evocation of the circumstances and experience thereafter is what I'm attempting to capture within an object, a vessel, or a space. I'm interested in creating a dialogue that might convey a sense of an elusive desire as well as alluding to a tangible connection with you, the viewer, participant, or engager, either from its physicality of being, its aesthetic properties, or its materiality, all or some of which I would intend to be appreciated through this interaction, as well as through the display of the piece.
Any living creature or non-living thing in the world, any naturally made thing, from a mountain to a river to an ant or a human, we're all made through this combination of form, growth, and behavior.
I intend to be playful and fetishistic. They, the artifacts, may manipulate the user or users in terms of posture. The surroundings might further influence the atmosphere and situation, sensation and perception of the installation an artifact contained or creating it. This will be a consideration with the architectural space, important to my thought process in terms of trying to situate this installation and the revealed context of the chosen space to the conceptual value and function of the prop and or performance happening within it. My intention is to develop a collection of fashion artifacts that inhabit a constructed environment or that are installed in order to steer the viewer around a space, conceptualized or realized through a series of curated objects, recesses, imprints, negotiations, and stimuli. Through doing this, I wish to invoke feelings with the spectator and the audience that could potentially negotiate the desire to covet and possess a singularly isolated material form, an alternative that plays with the notions of perceptual selection and synergistic interaction, concentrating on the act of being in the space and taking with you a synthesized memory of the experience.